we will start, my friends, with my favorite segment of all time. This week in Shohei Ohtani news, he's had the greatest back-to-back nights in the history of baseball. His pitching has totally become perhaps one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's hitting balls harder than he ever has in his career. He is doing it all, and I believe he is still the MVP in the American League, and I will get to all of that throughout this segment. But let's start with Shohei Ohtani's back-to-back nights last week. Tuesday and Wednesday nights becoming the best back-to-back games in the history of Major League Baseball. We'll start on Tuesday at the plate. He had 2 3-run homers, one of them coming in the 9th inning to tie the game, a massive, absolute, no doubt bomb. Ends up tying the game in the 9th. Not only was it a great game, he was clutch. Ends up with 8 RBIs on Tuesday. 8. All of this culminated in us needing to do an emergency Shohei podcast last week, might I add. It is truly remarkable. There isn't another back-to-back games that can compare. Yeah, there have been guys that have had 4 home runs in a game. 5 home runs in a game even. That's happened very seldom. But yeah, then maybe they do it once. I don't care. There isn't a possibility for anybody to have a better back-to-back night, better back-to-back games than Shohei Ohtani and what we saw this week. The very next night, after he went 2 for 3 with 2 3-run homers and 8 RBIs, which was a career high 8 RBIs. That was a career high for him. The very next night, he pitched. So he had that career night in the batter's box, and it was known that he was the next day's starting pitcher, which was ridiculous in its own self. But what did he do that next night? He went 1-0. He got the win. 13 strikeouts on the mound. 2 hits in 8 innings. 13 strikeouts was a career high for him. He pitched 7 innings, had a fairly high pitch count, got his 12th strikeout, came out. I thought he was done. I thought he was done for the night on the mound. He ends up going in there and telling Phil Nevin, the manager, friend of the pod, just had him on, talked about managing Shohei. He said, no, this game is mine. And he went back out for the 8th. He got that 13th strikeout on the last out of the game for him and broke his career record. 13 strikeouts. The night after 8 RBIs. I don't say this lightly. I know sometimes I say these statements that seem crazy, and it's like, how could you be saying this? Well, one, because we've never seen what Shohei's doing. So a lot of things. He's making history. But we legitimately saw the greatest back-to-back nights in the history of Major League Baseball. On the pitching side and on the hitting side. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Not only, by the way, has it never been done in back-to-back nights, 8 RBIs, 12 or more strikeouts has never been done in back-to-back nights. It has only been done by one other player in the history of the game. Let me break that down. Only one other player can say that they have 8 RBIs in a game and 12 or more strikeouts in a game. Shohei Ohtani did it in back-to-back nights. Unbelievable. He truly is the greatest show on earth. My shirt. The greatest show on earth. It's factual. That's what he is. He is the greatest show on earth. So yes, Wednesday, he has the great pitching outing. And that was just the pitching outing. That was just on par with what he has been doing over the course of the last month. Since that start in New York against the Yankees, Shohei Ohtani's pitching has been remarkable. Cy Young worthy. Now, yes, it's a stretch of games, and you obviously have to include the couple of not great starts he had, which are New York and Texas against the Rangers. But since that start in New York, he's gone 3-0, a 0.43 ERA, 25 strikeouts, 5 walks to 25 strikeouts. That's remarkable. Shohei Ohtani has allowed 1 earned run in his last 21 innings pitched. 1 earned run in 21 innings pitched. He has been dominant. And I sat here and I called it after that Yankees start. I said, Shohei always does this. Take it to the bank. When he has a bad start, he finds a way to bounce back and be better than he honestly has ever been. We are seeing Shohei Ohtani pitch than we have ever seen him pitch in the big leagues. This last few stretch of starts, we have never seen him be as good as he is. His fastball is harder than it's ever been. His slider is moving more than it ever has. He's striking out guys at an alarming rate. His walks are minuscule. That's the one thing he had to adjust over the course of the last years, was his command. And he has done just that. 5 walks to 25 strikeouts in his last few outings, over his last 3 starts. Remarkable. Career high 13 strikeouts on Wednesday. It was dominant. Blowing fastballs by guys, throwing sliders, making guys swing and miss. Shohei Ohtani has been remarkable on the mound. Remarkable. We have never seen Shohei look this good on the mound. I truly, truly believe that. But moving on, I want to talk about, because the pitching is certainly a big part of this, Shohei Ohtani, in my opinion, is still the American League MVP. He is. Now, I hear you. Aaron Judge leading baseball in home runs. Pete Alonso leading in RBIs. There's tons of categories you could look at, but Aaron Judge is leading is the favorite to win the MVP award. But in my opinion, the American League MVP right now is Shohei Ohtani. Why? Yes, there are guys offensively doing better than Shohei Ohtani. That's a fact. And there are a few pitchers doing better than Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Put that all together, he's the most remarkable player on planet Earth. What are we doing not giving this guy the MVP award every single year if he's doing this? Yes, there are a couple of people hitting better. There are a couple of people pitching better. He is one of the best players on both sides of the ball in the entire league. It's remarkable. He is 2 fantastic players in one. And as long as Shohei Ohtani is in this league doing what he is doing at the rate he is doing right now, he should be the most valuable player. No other words about it. He faced the Royals over the past week. That's when he struck out 13 batters. One of the best players on the Royals, one of the best players in baseball for a while, underrated guy. He hasn't been so far this year, but Whit Merrifield has been fantastic in his career. This is what he had to say about Shohei Ohtani's outing the other night. There's still the wow factor. Nobody else is doing what he's doing. Definitely just a unique, once-in-a-generation type of player. And it's fun to share the field with him, for sure. This is Major League Baseball players talking about him, saying it's fun to share the field with him. That's pretty powerful of a statement. Shohei Ohtani's the MVP. Don't overthink it. Yes, Aaron Judge is having a great year. Yes, he's going to get paid all the money in the world. Yes, he deserves all the praise he's getting, and he is the best player offensively this year. But Shohei Ohtani is the most valuable player in Major League Baseball because he does both at an elite level. He is one of the best hitters, and he is one of the best pitchers, and you put that together, and you have the MVP of the league. Plain and simple. But before I finish up this segment, I have to talk about his home run on Saturday night. Shohei Ohtani hit a home run the other night in Anaheim that I could hear in Los Angeles. I could hear it. It was the loudest sound off of a bat that I have ever seen. It was the hardest hit home run that Shohei Ohtani has ever had. The exit velocity on it was astounding. 118 miles an hour on the exit velocity. 118 miles an hour. It is the hardest hit home run of Shohei Ohtani's career and the hardest hit home run by an Angels player since StatCast began tracking that in 2015. Since 2015, the hardest Angels home run. Shohei Ohtani's 118 mile an hour home run is the Angels' hardest hit home run tracked by StatCast. He surpassed his own, which was 117.2 in 2021. He just keeps one-upping what he has done along his career. Sarah Langs had a great tweet. The batter who just crushed a 118 mile an hour homer, 462 feet, also has a 2.90 ERA and struck out 13 batters his last time out. We are so lucky to witness Shohei Ohtani. There aren't a lot of people that can understand and grasp and appreciate Shohei as much as I think he deserves to be. But that sums it up really well. And that home run on Saturday summed up and just really culminated the week he had. It was one of the best weeks we've ever seen. And it was certainly the greatest back-to-back games that we have seen in the history of Major League Baseball. And it's just Shohei being the greatest show on earth and showing us again why he is one of the best players, if not the best player in Major League Baseball. And that does it for this Week in Shohei Ohtani News.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.